Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. I just ran down here. I was driving like a madman. Hey, how you going? How you guys doing? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, this bank bailout situation is getting interesting. For those of you that follow, if you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. If you do hear some noise, I have gentlemen working here in the studio, so it's just going to be disarray. And today is my birthday. All right, I'm 39 all over again. All right, so we got First Republic Bank is being bailed out. All of these banks, it's like I've never seen anything like this before. All these major banks are saying, hey, I'll give $1 billion. This one says I'll give $1 billion. This one says I'll give $1 billion. And they're up to like 30 billion dollars right now. And I was in this play and I was bleeding very badly into this play. And it looks like they're going to bail this bank out again. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Gloria, my glow. Y'all don't know about that song. Things ain't that. All right. So let's get back to it. As we can see, let's see here. Look, the market is actually a little resilient today, though this doesn't excite me after a whole week of the Dow being down, it being up one day. So what, big deal? But we can see the NASDAQ is up 2%. The S&P is down 1.5%. I'm sorry, the NASDAQ is up 2%, S&P up 1.5%, and the Dow is up almost a percentile, right? Let's see what's happening with these banks. All right, let's listen up for a minute and then I'll be right back with you guys.
Homework on the numbers. Thank you very much. We appreciate your time.
And I'm going to use this, Bill. Thank you. I'm just going to directly introduce our next guest who knows a thing or two about what it's like to try and short stocks like this. Jim Grant is founder and editor of Grant's Interest Rate Observer. You bless us with your presence, Jim, not only so we can talk Fed, but I mean, just a quick response, if you will, after hearing Bill's discussion about Silicon Valley Bank.
Well done, Bill.
Oh, my gosh. Everyone in the community, this is where everyone's beating down to the regulators. If people and Wall Street had gotten a better whiff of this, the gains that could have been made, it's just, it's a huge missed.
Well, it's ever thus.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's on the side of up and to the right. And bad news is rarely greeted with open arms by anyone. And, Silicon Valley was this a big rock candy mountain. We had a bearish piece on it in 2019, and Bill said that it was down a quick 20%. Yeah. Ours, stock tripled after we wrote about it for the next couple of years. Deposits, as he said, doubled over the course of like 18 months or even less.
This dude looked like Herman Munster. So let me leave it alone. That wasn't nice. Shame. All right. I do feel a little better because I was bleeding very bad on First Republic Bank. And it just shows temperament. I just remembered in 2008 when we had the banking crisis, how much money I made in it. And so I bought First Republic 2 days ago and it tanked for 2 days. This morning it was down 24%, right? And so, but now that all of these banks are coming in with this money, now it's actually up 12%. So it's come up to 24%. It was negative. Now it's positive 12%. That is one heck of a swing. And and I'm into some option plays and I was bleeding badly. I'm just going to keep it real. I was bleeding badly. All right. Hey, good day, everyone. Good day, everyone. Yep. Eyebrow raised. Yeah. Somebody said it's my 39th birthday for the 25th time. All right. It's my 39th birthday again. All right. So it just keeps hitting reset. Today is my birthday, and so I'm trying to enjoy my birthday. But we got to eat, right? So what I want to talk about, there's so much going on with this banking. For those of you that don't know why these banks are doing so horribly and performing so horribly in a rising interest rate environment. So these banks, let's say 18 months ago, you could have gotten a 30-year fixed mortgage for 2.5, right? Fixed. So So you could have got a 2.5 fixed. And so now they fixed those rates in, right? So it was 2.5, right? But the Fed are still raising interest rates. So now the banks are actually losing money on those fixed rates. Follow? And so you would think the banks would actually be making money in a higher interest rate environment. No, they're actually losing money with these fixed rate mortgages. And so that's why the banking industry, that's one of the reasons why the banking industry is collapsing. And you would say, why would these other banks come in and bail out First Republic, just like the government, just like we did SVB, Silicon Valley Bank? Because Janet Yellen was on speaking this morning, and they're trying to have calm in the banking industry. Because if one bank goes down, it's bad for the entire banking industry. So that's why these other banks are stepping up. They're probably up to about $30 billion, and they are all saying here. Now, these banks are not taking on some of their bad debt. So I don't know how that works out. I'm not a banker, but they are putting up cash to save First Republic. All right. And so it's cooling off a little bit. Now it's up 11.5%. But as you could see, it is working. And so it's a thing of patience. I could have sold my options for a loss, but I just felt like I was just going to hold this out. And I just believed that they were going to bail this bank out. As a matter of fact, yesterday, I was already bleeding really badly in this option play, and I actually went in heavier. But you best believe when I become green in this option play, keep moving my stop losses higher as these plays get higher, you best believe I'm going to be like that commercial. Start the car! And I'm going to be running. Yes, I said I'm gon' be running. G-O-N-B running. I know that's incorrect English, but hey, I'm a musician. When you're writing songs, you can't use correct English all of the time, all right? That's why I like that song, Free Fallin', because he says, I'm free falling, I'm free falling. Just hit rewind, all right? So what's going on? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Green Day in the market. Yeah, you know what? Green Day in the market, but let's look at this week, right? Let's look at the week, good people, because the week is bad. Though we have a good day, the week actually, it's not that bad. Look at that. So let's look at the month. So this is what we want to look at. So we having a good day in the market, but the month is not good. As we could see, the Dow is down 4.5%, S&P 3.5%, and let's just say the NASDAQ is down 3.5% for the month. All right. This week we're actually up, but for the month, you can see we have these fake runs and then cool off, just like I've been saying. Run up, cool off, run up, cool off. And we're going to continue to trade sideways this way, good people. One day you think we're making gains, and the next day it's taking it back. You know, I keep saying the Fed give it, the Fed take it back, but it is. How about EOG? I'm still down in EOG. And actually, out of all of my option plays, this is not normal for me to be at 90%, but I've been winning about 90%. Actually, the only two that I have lost in is EOG but I haven't lost in EOG because I've been in EOG. I've been in that play 10 to 12 times. I just lost this one time. So I've made 10 times more money than I have lost this time in EOG. And just remember, Discipline, discipline, discipline. So if you're playing options and you're going to play the same play over and over, this is where it takes temperament, right? Now, I will admit, when it comes to First Republic, I didn't stick to my own disciplines. I went in heavy. I went in extremely heavy, right? Shame on me. I shouldn't have, right? But with ticker symbol EOG, which is energy, energy is it just keeps falling, and it should be going up, but it's falling, right? And but I've made money 10 times and I've lost this one time, all right? Or I made money 11 times and I lost this one time. But the thing that I did, that I stuck to my disciplines with ticker symbol EOG, is I invested the same amount of money every time. So I'm still winning, even though I lost this one time. No one wins all of the time. And some of you are saying, how could you be 90%? Because I don't trade every day. I definitely don't do options every day. I only do stuff where I see that there's a 75% chance that I'm going to make money, then lose money. I only do plays based on that, where I've done a lot of research, and there'll be weeks where I don't enter into any option play because I have learned that that's how you blow your options up. And so I didn't stick to my disciplines on First Republic, and I went in heavy. I'm not even going to tell you guys how heavy I went in, but it was insane. I got the itis, and I'm paying for it. But thank God, on days like today, I was holding out and waiting for this to happen. Now, my EOG plays, I still may turn out green on it because I'm out far enough. Remember, we went out to the summer, so I don't have to worry about my contracts expiring because we went out to the summer because I believe that gas is going up this summer. So I don't mind the red days. Remember, this is a game of temperament and patience. All right, good people? All right. So I just want you guys to know, when will you start buying crypto? Right now, I'm just telling you guys, don't follow what I'm doing with crypto. It's unorthodox. I will tell you that Josh Nichols, we did you should be accumulating right now. You should be accumulating right now. You should be DCAing right now in your crypto, right? And crypto is showing strong. I may start this weekend, to be honest with you. I may start DCAing this weekend, but I will be DCAing this. If I start DCAing this weekend, I'm going to be DCAing small amounts. And if crypto comes back down to say 18, then I'm going to double the amount that I'm DCAing. Follow? And I'm going to have all of my money that I'm putting into crypto will be into crypto over the next 6 months. That's my window I see of opportunity before a true run-up phase. We're in the accumulation phase, and do your own due diligence. Anything I say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell, but you should be accumulating, right? I'm just keeping it real. All right. So I'm keeping it real what I'm doing. NVIDIA is what's a good entry point on NVIDIA. Last I checked NVIDIA, I love NVIDIA. I DCA NVIDIA. But as far as loading up, NVIDIA was getting frothy on the PE. Let me check it out. It was getting too expensive. And those are the ones, I'm in the wrong thing. So you got to understand this. In a bear market with rising interest rates, the stock that are over, I'm sorry, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time today. All right, let's look at it. All right. So here's what scares me about NVIDIA, right? Look at that PE. You see that? It's 144. And I know that if you look at the balance sheet, which I do have a chapter in the class, top link below. If you look at the balance sheet, NVIDIA is to the point where it's scary now. NVIDIA is just scary for me right now. And so I'm not buying chunks of Nvidia right now because it's too expensive. And if the Fed goes up next week, number one, right now the Fed should pause. Yes, I know just last week we were saying, hey, on the last rate hike, we were saying just do 75, get it over with. The Fed's job was to continue to raise interest rates until something break. Well, it broke. It's called the banking system. It's broke now. So what do you do when it breaks? The Fed should back off. He should pause right now. Excuse me. But he still may go up 25%. I doubt very seriously if he goes 50. He still may go up 25%. 25, not 25%, I'm sorry, good people, 25 basis points. If he goes up 25 basis points this time, before this broke, if he would have won up 25 basis points, the market would have said, hey, we were expecting that. But now, since he's broke the banking system, now him going up 25 basis points is too much on the market. And that could be bad news. Then, that's the 21st. You know what happens after that? The 22nd. That's when he starts talking again. If he opens his mouth and say we're going to go up another 25 basis points after that, he's going to tank the market. I'm just warning you guys. Now, if he says we see that we had PPI and CPI that shows inflation is cooling off, if he says enough is enough for right now, then the market should be okay, meaning the collateral damage to the market should be minimalized. And I'm not saying that it won't go red. I'm just saying it will lessen the blow if he does that, right? Hey, Hawaii. Yep. Yeah, we're going to have a little certificate of completion. Your certificate in this class, to be honest with you, is you making more money. And so that's the deal. You making more money. We have had a zero by aspects, right? Zero. You just simply want to learn how to make more money, right? And that's what it's for. Okay. Hey, Larry, can you share your thoughts on Baba? You know, Josh was doing a Baba play. I can't right now. I'm just going to keep this one. 17 minutes. I can't right now. I'll look into it. Remember, I was all of the Chinese ADRs a week ago because of the meeting they were having in China. I was shorting those. I made money on those plays. I didn't do a lot. I just had 1-2 contracts. Baidu, Baba, and all of those with the exception of NEO. I'm never touching NEO again. I haven't touched NEO in 2 years now. I'm never touching it again. All right. But the other Chinese ADRs, I shorted them, made money. I did not short Baba. I shorted all of the other ones because Josh was seeing strength in Baba, and I did too. So, but that was just because that they were having a meeting. President Xi was pretty much taking over these companies. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. All right, 25 basis points seem no hikes like everybody is broken it down. You know what? I agree. I don't know stock are oversold or overbought when you should buy them. Now, that is something that the charts will show when you look at the RSI. All right. That is something that you see in the charts. If you want to know how to do that, that's in the class. That I will be on here for a long time trying to explain that. So that is in the class, how to see when a chart is oversold or overbought. That's technical analysis. Just click the top link below and you will learn that in the class. Okay, one more. Tesla. You know what? Tesla's not for me right now, not in this market. I don't care if it goes back to 210. Not for me right now. You guys could go ahead. Remember, do your own due diligence. I could say this right now, and Tesla defies gravity. Tesla can go up to $300 tomorrow. But the fact of the matter is, and the market keeps showing us that not only are we heading for a deeper recession, but we are in a recession. I don't care if I'm the only one out there. I'm telling you guys that we are in a recession, and we've been in a recession since January of 2022. That's when this recession started. Now, I believe that there's a deeper recession happening. And I know some people are saying 24 and 25. I believe it's happening this week. That's what I believe right now. But we're trading the market that we're in. We're looking at a microscope, and we're trading daily and weekly from the microscope point of view, but from a telescope point of view, meaning looking out further. I'm still keeping my cash tight because I believe there's another major leg down. And if you don't believe it, just look at this market in the last month. Okay. Look at what's going on right now in real time in the banking market. All right. And it only takes one thing. And you guys that don't know about banking, you can see how it's a house of cards. It brought down every sector. Pull up a heat map. You'll see it brought down everything. And unfortunately, when you have higher interest rates, we're still ridiculously high with interest rates right now. Okay. So just one wrong move and we're going to pay. And so I just don't want to have all my money in the market like that. Thank you. Banks, Janet Yellen was talking today. You want to watch that? The banks are doing like we should do. And what the banks are doing, they're all gathering around and they're saying, hey, let's get together and let's help each other out. That's what the banks are doing. What we should be doing. And as you can see now, First Republic is cooling off now. It was up 12% when I started. Now it's up 7%. But this morning it was down 24%. Let's see if I could play this. Nope. And that's why I don't trust them. I know people are like, why you keep talking about Binance? Anytime you won't show your receipts, it's the same thing that's happening with these banks right now. They're not showing the receipts until they prove they don't pass the stress test and they prove they're insolvent, and then everything falls apart. And so that's why I just don't trust Binance, because they won't show the receipts. Now, I'm going to just say this bless you. I'm going to just say this. For those of you that don't want bank regulation, this is what happens when there's no regulation in banks, right? Now, I don't like this administration, but the previous administration is at fault for this. All right. I'm just going to tell you the truth, right? This is why I don't like politics on either side. They were like, oh, take the reins off. Having banks with our money in the banks, our deposits, and they can't cover them. Having no, and I'm for smaller government. I'm not for big government. But to say we're going to let the banks police themselves is just like saying defund the police. They're both insane. We need the police. Who are you going to call? Right? And we need these banks to be regulated so they don't do the stuff that they're doing. What's the name of it? The other bank that fell last week. The CEO sold over $3 million of his own stock. The CFO sold millions of dollars of his stock. They were giving away bonuses as the bank was going down while they were trying to borrow $1.8 billion. They was doing this recklessness. Why? Because there was zero regulation. Okay? That's why. SVB. And so they have to be regulated. You can't trust them. Why do they do that? Because they know nothing's going to happen to them. Nothing. Nothing's going to happen to them. If you or I did 1/10 of the crimes that they do, we'd be locked up for 30 years. Right? Who you going to call? Ghostbusters. All right. Hey, thank you for the birthday wishes. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying that they're going to crash the crypto market. I'm just saying they will cause some wavering. When someone that is a company that's holding other people's money don't want to show their balance sheets, that's a red flag of people. So we could talk about, crypto is not supposed to be overly regulated. I agree with that. But you have to at least guarantee your deposits. Their reputation is done. Yeah, but you know what? These banking CEOs will leave one bank, do a horrible job, and another bank will pick them up and pay them millions of dollars to be the CEO of these banks. Yep. Yes, that's what I was talking about. SVB, Silicon Valley Bank. Yes. Yeah, the market is bullish today. Market is bullish today. But look at this month. So today, market is looking good. This week, market is pretty flat. This month, market is pretty bad. Citigroup, JP Morgan has been doing well, actually. Let me take a look at JP Morgan, and I'm going to end this. JP Morgan has been doing well, I believe. Let's look at JP Morgan, actually. And then let's bring in Citibank. So let's bring in Citigroup. So if we look here, look at the performance over the last 5 days. See what I'm saying? And then look at the performance over the last month. You see that? Actually, JP Morgan over the last month has not been doing well, and Citigroup is worse. But over the last 5 days, JP Morgan is recovering much better than a Citigroup. Alrighty. Coffee cups. Wells Fargo. Man, I haven't been a Wells Fargo fan ever since. Anyway. Ever since they did that crap. What was that? 10 years ago. All right, let's look at Wells Fargo. Let's look at Wells Fargo. You see that? 17% down. And there's a reason why it's 17% down. Right? When you have things falling apart, you got to look at which banks are falling the worst and why. And I took there was a wild play I did on First Republic. This was a wild play. The reason why I got into First Republic, good people, is because of this. First Republic was up February 16th at $130. Look at it. It's $32. Just March 8th, okay? So just a week ago, First Republic was $115. And today it's $32. So I took this option play because I figured at best it'd come back to 45 to 50 bucks. So that's why I did the option play. I've never liked Jamie Dimon of JP Morgan. I have never liked JP Dimon. He has the receipts. As far as any bank out there, Jamie Dimon has more information than anybody in the U.S. as far as banking. And anyway, I don't like nor trust Jamie Dimon. You do know the guy that killed himself in jail, and I don't want to get into political stuff. I just don't trust his character. The guy that killed himself in jail that was doing that human trafficking, I forget his name. He was worth millions. He was buddies. Jamie Dimon let this guy get away with murder, right? Jamie Dimon, it'll come out in the wash that he knew what was going on, but because they were buddies, they would not suspend his accounts. Okay, so anyway, I don't like nor trust Jamie Dimon. This is true. One of the problems with that is that they don't have enough. They don't have enough homes. They just don't have enough homes, and so especially new homes, they have to go to used homes, and so but it will fall just like jobs, right? We got Meta laying off another 10,000 people after already laying off 10,000 people. So the tech industry is already in a recession job-wise. But the reason why jobs are still high is we're still hiring in airports, restaurants, and hotels. Why? Because we're still doing revenge travel. That's why. And we don't even have the money for those areas. We're putting those on, we're charging those on credit cards, and we're running our credit card debt up. So that is going to fall very quickly. And a lot of those jobs are part-time jobs. So one person has two jobs. So I'm warning you guys that the job numbers are skewed. Okay. No, I was just in LA last week, and Earn Your Leisure was doing their world tour, and I stopped in. I hit up my boy Ian, and so I came through just to support those guys. And if they come to your city, I suggest you go. Earn Your Leisure is doing their world tour. They're supposed to come here to Chicago, but I might be gone. So I got a few dates that I have to be out, and October is a busy month for me. I believe so. This is true. So in tech, if you announce any company, look over the last quarter, any company that announced that they're laying off people, that stock goes up. Over the last quarter, every tech company, over the last 2 quarters, every single tech company that announced that they were laying off, more than 3,000 people, their stock instantly goes up because it's showing what? That they are operating leaner, because all of the tech companies were into growth, meaning they were trying to get market share. So they were spending out more money. Now, in this environment, they're trying to show that they're operating leaner. And so Meta is following suit. Yes. Yep. Europe raised theirs to 50 basis points, and that was negative in the pre-markets. The pre-markets were down this morning, and that was because of what was happening in Europe. This is true. It's true. Bitcoin has been holding strong, good people. Bitcoin has been holding strong, and I think that Bitcoin has shown that it's very strong, right? And it has been very resilient through all of this. Look at it, it just keeps holding. Let me snapshot it right quick. It just keeps holding. And we may be at a bottom with Bitcoin. Now, when I say at a bottom, it may still go back down to 22, come back up to 24. But we may be at a bottom with Bitcoin, because through all of this, Bitcoin has shown itself resilient through this. Let's see here. There we go. Let's just look at a few of them. As you can see, Bitcoin still holding strong. Even in this higher interest rate environment, Bitcoin is holding strong. And I'll tell you another reason why Bitcoin is holding strong. Because there's no flight to safety anywhere else. Right? We're putting it in the bond market. Now the bond market is cooling off now, right? Where are you going to put your money? Precious metals have not performed well. Though gold was up earlier today, precious metals haven't performed well. Where do you go? Oil. Energy supposed to be performing well. It hasn't performed well. Where do you go? Banking. Banking usually does well in this type of interest rate hikes. Banking is not doing well. Where do you go? So people are pulling their money out, and we are in this environment where Bitcoin is safer than most places people can put their money. Everybody's not in the bonds. So that's what's happening. You got outflows from bonds, you have outflows from equities, and they're going into Bitcoin. Yeah. So that's what's happening, good people. All right. Yeah. Yep. Me personally, I just had a meeting today. I'm not touching real estate right now. I wouldn't even start looking at real estate until this winter at the absolute earliest. That's just me. We've been here before. Okay, somebody said, yeah, real estate is real, but people that bought real estate right now, people that bought real estate 6 months ago are underwater. People were paying $30,000 and $40,000 over ask cash offers. They underwater now, so they got their property. They underwater, and they paid a high interest rate, right? So what do they have to do? You only buy real estate now, to me, this is just me. If you plan on staying in a house for more than 10 years, then of course you got time to refi, right? That type of deal. And you got time for the market to sort of rebound a little bit and make your money back. But if you're only planning on being there for a little while, or if you're a flipper, I'm not doing that. I know flippers that got wiped out. I personally have a friend that walked away from 5 homes that he bought. Just walked away from them. Why? Because he got aggressive at the wrong time. So don't let some of these real estate brokers, I'm just keeping it honest with you. Don't let them fool you and say, oh, you got to buy now. It's a perfect market. That's how they make their money. Okay. I'm sorry, real estate guys. Now, if there's pockets where there's good investments, that's between you and your broker. But I'm just telling you, the overall market is broke. And I'm not going to get on a ship that is heading down. It already has a hole in it heading down. I'm not getting on that ship. Nah, I ain't getting on that ship. Yes, a renter's market. Like if you get you a good tenant, and so now if okay, so I'll just let you guys know. I was working a real estate deal out. I was gonna buy a home and rent it out, and we negotiated a 20% discount from where the market is. Should I say I negotiated a 20% discount from where the market is now. And that's where we ended at. And then I slept on it. I prayed on it. And I said, nah. And I walked away from it. It's just too risky. I can make more money in other places right now. Whew, AMC stock. What you trying to do with AMC? What you trying to do with AMC stock? You think you're going to make a lot of money with AMC stock? This is what I want to say, and I don't want no trouble from the Army, okay? If you buy an AMC stock and you think that I'm going to do it for the cause, then be an 8. I'm with you. I'll roll with you. But if you buy an AMC waiting on a short squeeze, why? We're in a bear market, heading into a deeper recession. All I'm going to ask you is why? 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 There's 5,000 other stock out there. Why? Do you think more people are going to movie theaters or less with streaming? Do you think them selling popcorn at Walmart is enough to pay for all of the real estate that they own, let alone employees and all of the other expenses, just the real estate? Do you really think that? And so I'm just going to tell you to do your due diligence I don't want no hate from the Army, but I'm just going to tell you, you cannot trade off of emotions. You cannot get married to any stock or crypto. Let's look at AMC, right? AMC is up 5.7% today, right? Let's look at the last 5 days. It's down 18%. Let's look at the last month. Still down 15%. So my question is, why would you be looking at AMC right now? Because it's low? You cannot look at because it's low. What you need to do is go and look at their balance sheet. And you need to learn how to use a balance sheet. Listen, I don't care if you guys don't download the class. Try, and this is the time to be doing some study. Try to read a balance sheet, because if their liabilities outweigh their assets and their operating cash, treat it like the plague. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Look at that. There's just better places to put your money right now. I'm hitting y'all with the truth. I'm not trying to be popular. I'm hitting y'all with the truth. Okay. Matic. I like Matic. Matic is my number one. Oh, I'm not in the FRC long term. I got in 2 days ago. I got in too early. As soon as I get green, so even today, I'm setting stop losses to limit my losses, right? I'm setting stop losses now. We will see by the end of the day what's going to happen with FRC, right? We will see. These banks are coming together and they're belling it out, right? And so we're going to see. But you best believe I'm taking my money and running, right? When they go green. I'm not going to be in any banking right now long term. So if you checked in late, the reason why these banks are losing money is because they've made deals with fixed rates, right? So if you guarantee somebody 3% on a mortgage, right, and the Fed is still raising rates, then that bank is losing money. And so I would say no long term. Short long term, my options are out a month and 2. And if this pops back up over 45, I'm good. If it pops over 40, I'm good. I'm making my money, I'm taking my money, and I'm running. This is a swing trade for me. All right? Hey, good people, thank you for coming on and sharing my birthday with me. I've been working for 42 minutes right now. I got to stop and let these guys get back to work. I just leased a car worth the mileage after the deal. Popcorn stock. Popcorn stock. Yes. Hey, thank you guys. I love you guys. I mean, I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for don't be pressured. What mommy trader said, don't be pressured into buying a new car. She's right. You're going to pay through the nose for a car right now, new and used. She's absolutely right. Yeah, I got to hit him with the truth, man. I just can't. I could say that and AMC could pop up another 5% tomorrow, right? So I'm just telling you, fundamentally, AMC is toast. If you look at their balance sheets, they are toast, right? And that's just, it is what it is. All right, good people, I'm going to leave it right there. Hey, you guys do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you continue to share me with your friends and family, because I'm going to look you in the eye and tell you, regardless of the red that we've had this week, and yes, it's green today, regardless of the fear that we've had, the opportunities that we're going to have this year, the opportunities that we're going to have in a few months to buy, the opportunities that we have right now, even with crypto, to be DCAing, to be accumulating during the accumulation phase. So please don't anybody come back here and say, Larry, I missed crypto because of you. I keep saying you should be accumulating when? Now, because we're in the accumulation phase. But I'm not accumulating at all yet. I will start. That's my personal. But if I were you, I have a specific journey that I'm going on with crypto. But if I were you, and if you want to get into crypto, you should be accumulating during the accumulation phase. This is this, to me, out of all 4 phases of crypto, this is the easiest phase. Just accumulate, just DCA. All right. I love you guys. Make sure you check out all the links. Most of you guys need to take the class. Go ahead and take it. It is the cheapest class out there, especially based on what you get. And we keep adding new classes every day. All right. Every week, should I say. Every week we keep adding new classes. And that's going to continue for a little while. All right. And then, of course, we got Moo under there, 17 free stocks. So the top 2 links, I want you to download both of them and we'll go from there. I may see you later on today. All right. We'll see what the market is going to say. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. Live, love, laugh, learn, and earn.